So Bill, first tell me, how did you get involved with the Cathedral Club?
So I was actually just leaving government service. I was a paramedic for the New York City Fire Department for about 8 years, and I had decided I want to go to law school. So I went back to my high school, Xaverian High School, and they have organizations for different professions. And they had invited me to go to the attorneys organization they had, the Alumni Attorneys Organization, and I met Judge Del Giudice. Now, he being an alum of the high school and an alum of the law school that I had just enrolled in, he kind of took me under his wing. And one of the many accomplishments that he's very proud of is he's a past president of this organization. So as we started to develop our relationship, he told me about the Cathedral Club of Brooklyn, and immediately it sparked my interest. I place a tremendous value on Catholic education. And when he told me about the mission and he told me about their charity is centric to Catholic high school education, it was an immediate connection. So when I began taking my law school classes, I actually started around the same time coming to the Cathedral Club. Had to be, I don't know, 12, almost 15 years ago actually.
Wow.
And I started out occasionally showing up, and then after school and those responsibilities were over, I became a regular attendee, regular participant in our events.
Now I know the Cathedral Club does a lot for the community, does a lot for sending students to school. What does it do for you? What do you get out of being in this organization?
This gives me the ability to help people experience what I did, right? My mother, I'll tell you, my mother was exceptionally hardworking. She taught at New York City high schools during the day, and she waitressed at a local Brooklyn diner at night to make sure that my brother and myself got to go to Catholic school. And she worked very hard. You know, back then tuition was expensive. Now it's 3 times what it was. But she worked very hard to see that we made it through Catholic education. This gives me the opportunity to do that for other people. There's not one good thing in this world that I cannot link somehow to Catholic education. Because you can go to other schools. You can get the 7 liberal arts and sciences. You can go to the STEM programs, but you're not going to get the same life lessons. You're not going to get the same life experience. You know, this is education that is driven by a moral compass, right? And it teaches people that they need to be active members of the community, contribute to the community, don't take from the community. And my mother worked very hard to put myself and, like I said, my brother through that. This is my ability to do that for others. I'm surrounded by like-minded people who want to further Catholic interests in the community. They want to further moral behavior in the community. But even more than that, the draw for me, the internal benefit for me is the fact that I am helping people experience Catholic education.
I'm a graduate of St. Francis Prep, so I feel you with that. My Catholic school education was the best. Talk about how your faith helps you lead the Cathedral Club now as president.
Well, I think that you can't separate your faith from anything you do. Really, it's a driving factor. It kind of puts you on your path. There's no way that I could not involve my faith and lead any organization, let alone the Cathedral Club of Brooklyn. My faith tells me what is right and what is wrong. When we sit down at the board meetings or we sit down at the general meetings and we try and figure out what do we need to do next to advance Catholic interests, to advance moral competency, you know, what we need to do to protect the scholarship fund so that way it goes on in perpetuity. My faith is driven by that. It's very simple, especially nowadays, to sit down with like-minded people and exclude everyone else. But let me tell you something, if Jesus Christ only sat down with people who thought like him, we wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't have the Catholic faith that we have. So I think that understanding of my faith drives the conversations that I have and hopefully the good works that we do.
What made you want to become the president of the Cathedral Club?
I felt like it was a responsibility. I felt like it was, at some point, perhaps now, it was my turn to take up the mantle, right? Take on the responsibility. Make sure that we continue the good works. Make sure that we continue serving the community. Make sure that we continue serving the students. And I just felt like I have to pitch in. There's no way that I could, there's nothing wrong with being a passive participant. I don't mean to say anything negative about that. But for me to feel like I'm pulling my weight, I felt like I had to step up and assume this position, and the positions that I held in the organization leading up to this. I just felt as though in order to continue our good work, it was my turn to actually roll up the sleeves and actually get involved.
A couple of recent presidents served more than one term. Any interest in that?
I don't think interest plays a role in it. If they need me to,
Okay.
I will do it. You know, it's holding the position is the realization that I am serving the community and I am serving the membership, right? I am there to make sure that we continue to thrive. I'm there to make sure that they are getting the most out of their experience of being members in the organization. So if the organization needs me to serve, I am happy to serve. I'm also happy to pass it on to our vice president, Harry D'Onofrio, who we expect will become president in June, because he has great ideas for the organization, and I'm proud to support him. I'm excited to support him in that, but whatever the organization needs, I am happy to fulfill that role.
All right, tonight's a big night. Tell me a little bit about how you chose the honorees for tonight.
Well, I sat down, and different people focus on different things. Me personally, as I've made clear already, I have this passion for Catholic school education. I wanted leaders in our community, people of service who have put their Catholic education into work. And we have Chief John Schell of New York City Police Department, graduate of Xaverian High School. He started as a patrol cop. He has held literally every uniformed rank in the New York City Police Department. He has served our New York City community and the people who visit, the people who come in and leave, and the people who live here for decades. He's served them because of his Catholic school upbringing, his Catholic education. You'll hear when he talks about that during his speech tonight. I selected Joe Rosado, another Xaverian alum. Joe Rosado started out as a court officer, protecting the people who came to the hallowed halls of justice in order to seek justice, in order to seek their protection under the law. He put himself through law school, and to this day, his number one function is putting his client's interests above his own. He takes a back seat to the service of others. These two people typify the result, the end product of Catholic education. And that's what I wanted to highlight. Like you said, this is a big year for us. 125 years. This is what we should be highlighting. This is what the world needs to see. The Cathedral Club invests in Catholic education, and these are our returns on the investment.
I love it. Bill Neri, thanks so much
Thank you for having us. Thank you for coming.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you.